Hello, everyone. My name is Patty Post, and I'm founder and CEO on a mission with this podcast, the Persevere podcast, to help you, the founder of your business, persevere through the challenging times of starting a business. Through interviews, and despite the agonizing bumps in the road that we are bringing founder stories to you to talk about the problem that they solved and talk about some of those bumps in the road. So, with that, my interview today is with Aisha Chottani, who's founder of Moment. Aisha, it is so nice to meet you. Thank you for being a guest.
Thank you for having me. It is such a pleasure to be here and chatting with you.
I fangirl you because I found your product, which is delicious. I found it really a couple weeks after I decided to give up alcohol. And I used it as a replacement for my evening glass of wine. And I must say that I love the product. And I think that what you're doing in the world of, I think of it as like meditation in a can. Uh, it actually has a calming effect for me. So I look at it as health and wellness in your physical health, but your mental health as well. So I would love for you to share the inspiration behind Moment. And I have to say, you must be a little bit crazy like the rest of us founders because the beverage industry is a $142 billion market. And you are going up against Coke and Pepsi and all of the established brands. So I love the little crazy in you, Aisha, that you're like, you know what? I still can do it. I got a problem and I'm going to solve it. So we'd love to hear that.
Thank you so much, Patty. Well, I would like to just kick off by saying I'm equally inspired by you and everything that you're doing, especially supporting female founders and taking their stories and sharing with the rest of the world. So thank you on behalf of like everyone else on what you're doing for them. Well, yeah, I would love to share a bit of my story. And you're right, the beverage world is really crazy. It's wild out there with the Pepsis and the Cokes and the Dr. Peppers, and it's not easy. A little bit on my background before I started Moment, I used to be a strategy consultant working with a lot of like large Fortune 500 companies, and the culture was pretty intense out there, and life could
Yeah.
get really stressful. Meetings, notifications, deadlines, along with like 15, 18-hour days, and so I had reached a point where I started, my mental health started suffering. I wasn't taking care of myself. And before things would take a real downturn for the bad, I decided to take control of the situation and change some of my habits. And it's funny, and I often say that Moment is like all my different worlds coming together, because really how I started getting deeper into adaptogens is on a conversation with my mom, where I was just one Sunday afternoon, I was on the phone, I was sharing how I'm feeling, and she suggested, she's like, hey, why don't you like start taking ashwagandha again? And you know, she, like, my family has grown up with adaptogens. It's like a very core part of daily life. You start your morning with a blend of adaptogens, and like different folks will take different types of adaptogens depending on where they are in their life stage. And as a child, I had always sort of, as kids do, made some fun of my parents for being so rigorous about just having some herbs. Um, but at this point, I started going back and having more and more, but also getting deeper into the science of it. And as
Mm.
I had more, and as I tested with things and connected with scientists and formulators, I realized that taking in certain dosages and combinations, it can replicate the same effect as meditation. and I saw it impacting my own life. Not
Mm.
just mental, but physical, and my emotional health as well, which of course has such a powerful effect on your relationships, your like work output, and just every aspect of life in general. That it brought such a big turn that come COVID, I decided I was going to leave my job and help others in their journey, and take this message to the rest of the world. The When I did start thinking about it, I wasn't sure what form I was going to make this in. Um, and the reason for choosing beverages is because I love, like a lot of other people, I love taking some time off in the afternoon. And when I would take time off in the afternoon from work, I would end up just having coffee,
Yeah.
which would yet another cup of coffee, right? Like the third or the fourth of
Yeah.
the day. Because what do you do when you want to like take 5 minutes off? And I
Right.
started from,
No, no, keep going. That is great. So
yeah,
what do you do when you want to take 5 minutes off?
what do you do, right? You've had like a crazy day. You want to take 5 minutes off, and you want to come back feeling somewhat refreshed and like dive back into your work for the rest of the day. And I would end up having coffee. It wouldn't help. It would make me slightly more jittery, anxious,
Mhm.
and often give me crashes. And so I had like started moving towards tea. I also enjoyed this aspect of like taking a few minutes off to sort of make the tea and like enjoy the ritual of it. And so
Mhm.
when I say moment was my different worlds coming together, it was a lot of different aspects of, hey, like adaptogens are really good for your mental health and mood enhancement. And I enjoyed the aspect of taking some time off or taking a few moments off in the day to like ground myself and for myself so that I can feel refreshed. And just the idea of being healthy, having healthier foods like no added sugar or like natural foods helps you feel better physically. It
Yeah.
helps you build immunity. So all of these ideas kind of coalesced into this aspect of, hey, what if I was to create a drink with the right combinations of adaptogens, which people can have both in the afternoon when they don't want to have another cup of coffee, in the evening when they're relaxing, because it can be an alternative to some, like alcohol, coffee. It can help enhance your mood, it can reduce stress, and overall, it's just like a healthy product, right? Like it's a
Mhm.
good drink, low calories, low carbs, no added sugar. And so, yeah, come COVID, like a lot of other people, I decided I was going to follow my heart and do things that I had always wanted to do. So I left my job in consulting and I launched Moment. That was 2 years back. And we're about to celebrate a 2 year launch anniversary soon. So very excited about that. But yeah, we launched Moment 2 years back, and it has been an incredible journey. Never a dull moment, no puns there. But yeah, it's been intense and exciting.
And when you launched, then you launched a digital first strategy. Is that correct?
That's right, because I ended up launching in July 2020 amidst the first lockdown. A bit of it
Mhm.
was there was no option to do anything beyond e-commerce because we were still in the middle of the lockdown. Stores, people weren't really visiting stores as much, and stores weren't like willing to even have a conversation. And so there's also an opportunity to reach larger audiences through digital. So we went digital. We launched on our own website, and a couple of other online platforms, and it proved to be very impactful because we were able to reach people all over the country. I do think that there is a huge benefit to e-commerce. Um, the fact that you can reach large audiences. And one of the things that you and I were talking about, because we were able to do that, we were actually able to understand that there is huge audiences in the Midwest or the South that love Moment. They understand the value of healthy products, and they take apple cider vinegar, they take cinnamon, thyme, like a lot of the ingredients that we use in different forms on a daily basis. And so Moment for them was really exciting, and coming in like a slightly different shape and form, but like understanding the value of some of our ingredients. So it's been amazing. So we've had a lot of support from the Midwest and the South, and those communities are really special for us. And as I was mentioning, we're launching soon in Chicago. That's going to be one of our big markets. And we would have never found that had we not done digital. So digital has been a core part of our growth strategy, and we're excited about continuing strong on digital.
Did you do, I'm just going to pause for a second because I don't know. I want to make sure that when it's pausing on my end, that I'm still getting your audio. Um, it looks like it's coming. It looks like it's coming through, but if you can see down there, it like lags out for a little
Yeah.
bit. But we
Yeah.
should be able to have a strong connection there. I get
Okay.
nervous because I don't want to waste anyone's time and have it go back and forth. But let's just keep going. Um, so you said you have a lot of people that you discovered in the Midwest and the South that are Moment fans. I think I was targeted personally on Instagram, and I
Mhm.
love your Instagram. It was an Instagram carousel, and then I got right into your e-commerce store, and then I signed up for a subscription. And I've been a customer since October. It's awesome because it just shows up, and I think it's so nice and convenient. Are you seeing that same customer interaction from Instagram and this like groundswell in the Midwest and South from targeting on Instagram or Google? Just curious how you did that.
Yeah, so we are when we do when we do our marketing online, we are not specifically targeting people from certain regions. More so, we are targeting people with certain interests. So what we're looking for is people who understand the importance of health, who have already started on the journey of being healthy. And we are basically like looking at this group because I mean, we would love to target, and we would love to have like the entire country be having Moment every day because it's good for them. But we do understand that there is certain steps that need to be taken in somebody's journey before they would appreciate and understand what we're trying to do and enjoy the product. So, to give you an example, if you're having a Coke every day, just moving to Moment might be a big shift. But if you've like moved off Coke and you're sort of starting to have like other healthier products, cut down sugar in your life, then over time, then you're like, okay, yeah, I can have Moment because it has no added sugar. But like if you having 20 grams of sugar in a drink and then you go to zero, it's like too much of a shift. So we're sort of targeting people who've already started their health journey, who understand the importance of healthy ingredients, who understand the importance of like botanicals, natural herbs, and we are targeting them because they understand our product. Eventually, we do want to help others start their journey, but you have to start somewhere, and so we're starting with this audience, and a lot of it just ends up being in the Midwest and the South where people actually are, people actually do understand ingredients and herbs and botanicals pretty well.
So is that a natural customer versus a conventional customer? A natural customer knows what the ingredients are, what their purposes are, and in like the health and wellness space, I just learned this a couple of weeks ago that a natural customer is further down the customer journey of like awakening, and a conventional customer is more like a national retailer, throw it on the shelf at Walmart and you're ready for mainstream. Is that how you're segmenting it?
That's pretty much right. Yes, and we are right now targeting the former customer that you described rather than the latter, which is um, throwing it on the into Walmart. Because you were mentioning you had the hibiscus dragon fruit and you enjoyed the taste of cinnamon in it. And all of our
Mm-hmm.
flavors are
Mm-hmm.
very carefully crafted with different botanicals and herbs. But for you to even realize that there is cinnamon in it and this is what I'm tasting, that's pretty powerful. That's because you understand, you've had cinnamon or you've had herbs and you have sort of gone deeper into the taste and you understand it. Whereas some of the more conventional customers, they might be used to slightly different taste profiles. And so for them to jump into a product that has cinnamon and understand that and appreciate it might just take some time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Yeah.
some awareness of the benefits. They have to hear about it a whole bunch. We have ashwagandha and black pepper supplement, and it really has taken a lot of awareness and education and on the benefits of it. And I think it is a little bit of a confused market right now, the benefits of ashwagandha, but I am very impressed that you went back to what your foundation is of what your parents had done. And because you grew up in Asia, and in Asia that's your medicine, our herbs, correct?
Right. That's right. And in a lot of Eastern cultures, the belief is to take good care of your health all your life and to have ingredients like natural herbs and ingredients that will help boost your immunity, which is how people have survived because uh, back in the days when you didn't have healthcare wasn't as developed, that's how people survived and thrived even in old age. um, and when I look at my parents and grandparents, they can do like so much in their old age that I don't expect myself to be able to be doing. But it's because of like they have paid so much attention to these things all their lives,
That's
that
so cool.
that is like really amazing. And I it's special to bring it to the rest of the world. I will say you some of these are inspired by South Asia where I come from, but like some of the other adaptogens are also from like other parts of the world. So when I did start on my journey, I also looked at, hey, what are other cultures having that is really good for you? So for example, L-theanine, that actually comes from um, Japan, and other, and then we also like tested some other adaptogens from other parts of the world, and more are coming, because it's really amazing to bring all of those things to here and like help our community be more health forward
Yeah, and conscious.
and
There's actually a movement right now of mocktails. Um, like there's, I think it's in Jacksonville and then in Charleston, South Carolina, and actually in Fargo, North Dakota, they're going to do it too, where they have bars that are just mocktail bars.
yeah.
And it's moving to, okay, you can have one or two refreshing, delicious cocktails that have a benefit and won't have the side effects of alcohol. And I can see moments being a part of all of those. um, all of those different mocktails. It would be a delicious base, right? Let's use
Yeah.
that in place of Red Bull.
Yeah, that's right. I think that would be a really good idea. In fact, what we are seeing is that our online audience, about 50 to 60% of people actually have moment as a replacement for alcohol in the evenings. And what they really like is two things. One is because it reduces stress, it also enhances your mood a little. So you'll feel if you're having it regularly, you'll not only feel, but you'll start noticing the lift that you're getting from moment. It just takes like a few days of regular use to be like, oh yeah, I have this every day and this is how
Yeah.
I feel. It's actually because of this drink. So it's also the effect of adaptogens. It builds up in your body over time. So that's the one thing. And then the second thing, people will often report back, and this is completely unprompted. They'll be like, hey, I've started sleeping a lot better. And
Yeah.
is that an effect? And we're like, yeah, it's actually scientifically proven that some of our formulation has an impact on your sleep quality. So what that means is that your REM sleep, it's deeper, so you get up feeling more refreshed. And I mean, imagine getting up feeling slightly more refreshed over like the next few weeks. Yeah, that can make a huge difference to your entire life
It's a
and your
game changer.
relationships and how you behave. So you know, some of these small changes in life, I had never paid much attention to in the past until I kind of got into this routine and I started noticing the impact. And I'm like, wow, this is really, really powerful. In the one other thing I'm gonna say is that adaptogens have changed my life so much that in the last 4 years, I have like slept without an alarm clock. Like I rarely, like once a month, will actually put on an alarm clock. My body has regulated itself so well. It will get me up at the right time, to the point that today I had to get up at 4:30 a.m. to go to the airport to catch a early morning flight, and I got up at 4:25 a.m. by myself.
That is
That's
amazing.
the outfit. It's beautiful.
That is beautiful. I mean, that's like hitting snooze over and over again. It starts your day off where you're already like
Your mind is
pushing the
chaotic, right?
day
Yeah.
away. Yes, the
Yeah.
mind is chaotic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is super
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So it's
I
like these subtle things that make all the, yeah, you were sharing, Patty.
No, I think that you're right. The subtle differences make all the difference in what we're doing, and these subtle changes, as I like to identify as the founder, and like as a founder, we're working all of the time. We're juggling so many different things that it's the subtle changes that really add up and increase our way of life.
Yeah. That's 100% right. And so the going back to our conversation, that's ended up replacement of alcohol has been one of the biggest reasons why people have us and try it, but then they see other benefits, and that's why they end up becoming subscribers over time. And so now we have a community of almost 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers who are having moment on a regular basis, and that is really, really special. That's really special. What we do like to do for
That
them
is
is we like,
amazing.
yeah, it's real, and it's about also building a ritual. I mean, one of the reasons for calling it moment was to remind people to build this ritual where they need to, and especially us as women, we need to take out some time during the day for ourselves and have those moments which are really important to ground yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the inspiration behind the name moment, kind of like as a nudge towards that. And so yeah, so it's really special to have such a growing community of people who have this as a part of their lives.
So let's go back to that time when you launched in July of 2020. Can you describe to me the team that you had and what that journey looked like from starting out of funding and then putting a team together to launching the product?
Yeah. Yeah, wow, what a journey.
You're
What a
almost at
journey.
2 years.
Yeah, almost hitting 2 years. Very excited about that. So I we bootstrapped this company from just our own savings. It was actually my husband who has been incredible and super supportive. He helped me in the early days start the company, and he was an
That's
important part
awesome.
of it. Yeah, and starting
Yeah.
a business is it's not a business is different from a regular job in the sense it's a part of your life for a very long
Yeah.
it's like it's who you are
Mhm.
for a very long time or until you can build a team. And
Mhm.
so having the support of somebody like your partners, it's really critical. And he wasn't just supportive, he actually like stepped in to help me on a day-to-day basis until we could hit the point where I could bring other people in and get the business going. So that was really incredible. I started we I start I mean it really started in the kitchen. Early days formulating, well, like Saturday nights would be spent like trying out 100 different versions of different flavors to see what like tasted better. Yeah, like long intense nights.
Isn't
And
it
I
crazy how your version of fun changes once you get an idea? And it's like that those are probably your funnest Saturday nights when you're doing that R&D with your husband and at the table together.
there are so many incredible memories. One of the craziest is, I'm gonna tell you, our first production run, we did it with a co-packer in New Hampshire. We at that point lived in like a small 3-floor walk up in downtown Manhattan, and the size of apartments in Manhattan. So we did the first like test production run. We had 5,000 cans that we put into like a rent a car, but we had nowhere to go with those 5,000 cans because we hadn't yet launched, and we were just testing. And now all of a sudden we had all these cans, and so we came back, and then we basically spent 4 hours going up and down the 3 floors of our apartment to like stack those cans in our apartment, because what else do you do with 5,000 cans?
Yeah.
um, and then for like a few weeks we didn't have any space to walk, but we were just like distributing the cans to anyone and everyone because that was supposed to be a test production run. But yeah, there was like so many crazy stories and points of learning during the journey. The some of the exciting things that did happen was, after we launched, we won the Best Beverage Award that year in the U.S. By BevNet New Beverage Showdown, and
Amazing.
that was really helpful, and also like a great validation at a personal level that we have created a beverage that is not just for us but like equally valued by the industry and like all the experts. And so we got some like retail interest based on that. The likes of Walmarts and Targets also reached out. We decided that we were at that point we decided that we're gonna continue on the digital front, because we were still in COVID times. We were still self-funded, but we did start raising funding. We also got reached out by Shark Tank wanting to like offering us to come onto the show. And that was really exciting. So we went onto the show and we pitched on Shark Tank a month into our launch.
Oh my
The sharks
gosh.
loved the product. We couldn't meet on a valuation, we couldn't meet on a deal, which was a different story, but they loved the product. So that was great
Yeah.
because that helped us inform other audiences. And that And then after that, we last year actually we did a collab with Victoria's Secret Pink, where we did a special flavor with them, a sparkling flavor, and we that was our way of driving mental health awareness, because we did it in the month of
Yeah.
May.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I haven't shared with you is that a portion of all our proceeds goes towards mental health nonprofits
Okay.
across different parts of the society, because like we understand that there's different ways to address what we're trying to do. And so we also want to support some of the other organizations that are addressing mental health in other ways. And so some of these organizations help women, children, teens with their mental health. And so we did this collab with Victoria's Secret Pink last year, which was really awesome. And now we are launching. We're launching in Chicago, so we're just really excited. Like a lot of great milestones for us. We recently expanded the team. Now we have a team of 5 or 6 people, and then a lot of other people who work in like sort of part-time roles in different capacities outside of the core team, and they're all like family, and it's been a really wonderful experience.
That's incredible. So you're doing your first retail
Mm.
after 2 years. What a journey. You've had some amazing opportunities
Yeah,
that have come your way that you've taken advantage of. That's congratulations.
that's right. That's right. We actually are in like about 1,000 stores right now.
Okay.
But we have been mostly in like bodegas in New York and small coffee shops and yoga studios that have all been like really wonderful, really supportive. Now we're kind of stepping up to say, hey, let's do it in a newer city. New York is home. So New York started with me. Like when the first lockdown ended, I was going from store to store in New York, telling them about Moment, asking them to stock it on their shelves. That's how New York started. But now we're going to do it in a slightly more scalable way in Chicago. That's right.
That's amazing. And what type of retailer are you going with?
So right now we're in the process of building the plan and pitching it to a lot of different retailers. We'll be doing our first trade show in June at the KE
Oh,
summer show.
yeah.
That's where a lot of the retailers are going to be. We're going to meet them. We're going to pitch to them, and we hope that we'll be able to scale in a massive way in Chicago.
Oh, that makes complete sense. That I was going to ask if you're working with Kehi
Yeah.
for distribution because their target consumer is the natural consumer. And that makes complete sense. Gosh, congratulations. So, your first trade show, that's
First
a
trade show.
huge milestone.
Yeah, that's right. The team is so excited.
So, I encourage everyone to look at your website. You have a beautiful website. Your shopping cart is an excellent experience. It really is a wonderful experience being a customer of yours. And I'm curious what your research was and still is, as we never finish researching, right? As founders and business owners. But from that customer experience of the first time that they become aware to check out to they receive the product, um, you actually inspired me to get into SMS messaging because I loved it when I got the email or the text message from you saying, "Hi, I'm Aisha. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being a customer." It was just really cute. Like I'm the founder of Moment. I'm like, that is so cool. I felt like I was your friend. And I'm curious what your research was behind that and how you keep evolving it to make it a better experience.
Yeah. So I'll be honest. It all happened very very organically. The Because like I said, I bootstrapped the company. The first like maybe like couple of hundred customers or orders we had, it was me going to the like me packing cans into boxes, going to the post office, posting it, like writing notes, and then sometimes emailing customers, or like there was a lot of back and forth text on like when the orders would arrive. And so it happened very organically, where I would, and then the customers would ask and I would share more detail. And over time, it just became like I started learning in terms of customers actually enjoy hearing about where the product is coming from, who I am, why I'm creating this, like the benefits of certain ingredients. And so it kind of like evolved over time, and it is still continuing to evolve. I mean, we're still, in the grand scheme of things, we're still like very small, and we're learning, and our approach is like, hey, provide us feedback and we'll take it. We're not perfect, we'll continue improving. And so the SMS and the emails, they evolved organically, and we're continuing to build on it. One of the things that our customers do love is they love to learn more about what is in moment and the benefits of it. So now we actually want to do a series of the different flavors that we have and some of the ingredients that we use for those, so that they can continue learning with us. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, you're a very customer centric business. It's super apparent. And I love, do you have a background in design? Because your design is incredible. Or do you just have a good eye for it?
So I'll be honest. That's actually my husband, who was very,
Oh,
like I mentioned, he's been very, very supportive, but he also has a very good creative sense and eye
uh-huh.
for design. And so he's been very crucial in sort of putting this together. And the design aspect is something that he still leads. And so it is that coming to, it's my vision plus his actual like execution coming
Mhm.
together. But it goes to show that like teamwork can go far.
I love it that you're sharing that your husband has been a part of this, because my husband and my kids have definitely been a part of my journey with Checkable. And I think that there's the founder that stands in front, but there's always that support system behind us. And I really like it that you give him credit and call him out, because I think that we don't mention it enough, but they're so critical in our lives. Our partners are, and
Yeah,
it makes work more fun. And
it
sometimes
does.
we work a little more, and you probably get your business further faster because of it.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I will say my husband has been like amazing and incredible, but I would also like to say that there's also been a lot of friends and other parts of family that have been like very helpful along the journey. Some of my friends have also had to like taste and like do all kinds of things for a moment, whether they want it or not. They've had to like put in their hours, which has been like incredible, and to this day they do. And it really, starting a business and pushing it really takes a lot of support. And it is, to your point, it is this community that helps you get to it.
Mhm. So, do you have any regrets about starting Moment, or you're almost 2 years in? Are you still feeling really glad with the decision that you made?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling really strong. I'm really excited about growing. I'm excited about really pushing our impact. What makes our day, or what makes my day, is when we hear back from one of our customers saying how much they enjoyed Moment, similar to when you like emailed me. It actually, it's like it's those moments that make us really happy. We actually have internally within our team, we have a Slack group where we just share when some customers shares their feedback on how they like it, and the team will all like comment. And there's some customers who actually share feedback more often, and everyone in the team knows them, because every time we have like a new flavor launch, they'll like share their feedback, and they might not know it, but
Oh,
we know them really well.
that is hilarious. I
That's
love
hilarious.
that. That's
That's
so good.
hilarious.
You
Yeah,
have
we've got like, and we've also got like some unique customers who like love one flavor, and they'll be like, they'll have very strong perspectives, and so it's really cute, but it also like makes our day.
Do you have people that are like camp sparkling, camp still?
We
Like,
do have, yeah, we
yeah.
have like camp sparkling, camp still. Pretty people are pretty like strong about like sparkling. Most people are pretty strong. Either they love sparkling or they love still.
Yeah.
Um, I am one of those people who enjoys both. I just like it
Same.
at different times of the day.
Mm-hmm.
If I've come back from like, if in the summer I want like I want still flavor after like a run, or after like something more intense. I want still flavor. When like sometimes I'm relaxing in the evening, maybe I'll go for sparkling. So different use occasions for me are different flavors, but people generally like either are still or sparkling.
Is it big bubbles or small bubbles? I haven't gotten my sparkling yet.
I'm excited for you to try it. It's lightly carbonated, so
Okay.
it's not like a Coke. It's not still. It's somewhere in the middle. So
Okay.
I would say like small bubbles.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Now, so you didn't have a background in beverages. Like you didn't know the manufacturing. You didn't come from a family that was a big beverage group. Um how has that been, learning the whole manufacturing piece? Right now you're visiting a manufacturer.
That's right. I just
What
spent the
is
morning, yeah, with them. That's right.
Yeah. So what has
Um,
that been like, just learning a new entire new market and process?
it is exciting. It's exciting for sure. It's a lot of learning. To this day, I'm like learning. We're just 2 years into the journey, and as you
Mhm.
continue, you learn new things, and you come with new challenges, and you're like, oh, hey, didn't think of this before, and this is something that we need to uncover now. So you come up with new challenges, you learn new things, and as you grow, of course, the things that were working with you for you previously don't work anymore. So there's like pressure on different parts of your supply chain. But I have really enjoyed all the learning, and you just have to go in with an open mind and be resilient. You have to enjoy conquering challenges, essentially. If you take the mindset of, hey, this is exciting because it's a new problem I'm gonna solve, then you can do it, because there will be a lot of problems along the way.
Yeah.
Even if you have even if you come with experience, you will uh, cover problems, because the reality is that the world is changing, the supply chains are changing, and so your experience is like relevant or good enough for certain things, and then you have to be like open to kind of moving and flexing as a small business.
Oh, that is excellent advice. I think we get sometimes wrapped around the axle. If you're a founder, you might feel stressed at times, bouncing from thing to thing, and know that it's going to be okay, right? You're learning something new. Be gentle on yourself. Drink a moment to relax.
That's right. And
Well,
know that you're not alone in the journey. Everyone has to go through these challenges. It's building a business. It's about persevering and being resilient, and constantly learning and improving. So yeah.
constantly improving. Iterating on your product is so important. It's crucial. It's the only way you're going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's
Exactly.
next for Moment?
So, a couple of big things that are happening. We're launching a new sparkling flavor in the summer, so stay tuned. It's gonna be awesome. We
Awesome.
are, yeah. It's hint. It's gonna have like a little bit of a kick.
Oh, a little
Hint
cayenne.
adaptogen. That's right.
I love it.
Yeah, we are launching in Chicago. We're getting ready for that. And yeah, those are the two big things that are happening.
That is so exciting.
Mm.
By any chance, will you be at the Founder Made conference? It's in your home city of New York on the 24th of June.
I might be. I might be. Yeah.
I'm going to be out there. So I hope that I will send you the details after this, and it would be really fun to meet up. And any other founders that are listening to this, you should sign up and we should
Yeah,
all go.
that sounds amazing. I would love to meet up, and I'm gonna spread the news in my circles.
Yes, it's for CPG companies. There's a track for CEOs, and then and I think that's for established brands that have been in market, I want to say 5+ years. Uh, but for those of us that are newer,
Mhm.
that then we'll be with our peers. But I think it's
Yeah,
more of a talk track of how are you going to scale,
yeah,
and then your relationships with retailers. So,
love it.
well, I love what you're doing, and I am cheering for you, and we will continue being a customer. And those that are listening, what's the best way for them to support you or to find you if they want to learn more?
Yeah. So the best way to do it, best way to find us is to visit our website, www.drinkmoment.com. And the best way to support us is really, well, first of all, try a product. Two is share it with your friends or just help us spread awareness. And then, yeah, lastly, share any feedback or thoughts. We're in the phase of constant improvement, pivoting, refining every aspect of the drink, but also like our customer experience. So be open to it, and share your thoughts with us, and we'll try to do everything we can to make it a delightful experience for you and others.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing in the world and to make our lives better. We will keep looking for product iterations and be faithful fans here in North Dakota. And with that, Aisha, thank you for persevering in business and thank you for being a guest.
Thank you so much, Patty. It was so wonderful chatting with you, and thank you for sharing my story and of many others and being awesome.
Oh, you bet.